Oh, hey, Richard, you made it. Wow, look at you, man.
Thanks.
It's so crazy that we're wearing the same costume, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy.
All right, well, anyways, we got drinks right over here at this table.
Okay. Serious, Rodney? Okay. Listen, one of us has to change.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, man.
Listen, we just can't be at the same party, wearing the same thing. You know, like you should probably go change.
Okay, first of all, why do I have to be the one that changes, all right?
Okay, well, you see, I would change, okay, but like, see, the only other clothes I have are like dirty, like gym clothes, you know? Like, what do you want? Like, do you want me to be a sweaty man for Halloween, Rodney? Like, is that really what you want?
Dude, what I want is just to have like a normal Halloween party, so I don't really know what to tell you.
You don't get it, do you? Okay, because, I mean, if we're both wearing the same thing and, you know, all these people, they're going to be talking and then we talk about how good, you know, I look. And I just think you'll get embarrassed. You know,
I think I'll be all right, man.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
I think I'm wearing this a little bit better than you
Oh,
are.
really?
Yeah.
Is that what you think? Is that really the thing that you think? Okay, like, have you not seen me? I mean, like, do you see these shoulders? This is peak male form. I mean, like, look at these lines, okay? And like, I'm not the one who named your party hot or horror, and I think you're just a little upset that I brought the hot, Rodney.
I mean, honest, man, it looks a lot more like you're bringing the horror.
Okay, well, I am a hot piece, big dog, okay? And I think that that's what scares you.
All right, man, I really don't know what else to tell you. Like, look, if this bothers you so much, you should just leave, all right? Look, this is my party, this is my house, and I'm not gonna change just because you decided to wear the same costume as me, all right?
I didn't, I mean, like, how was I supposed to, I didn't know, okay? Just wanted one night, okay? I wanted one night where I get to feel special, and I guess that's just not tonight, but if you insist on wearing the same thing as me, I can be okay with it.
Okay.
So, are we good?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, hey, you're still good to cover for me on Monday?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'll see you around,
All right.
okay?
Enjoy the party, man.
Awesome.
What's Appalachian in Appalachian? I'm Annie Jones, and it's time for this week's Boontown Rundown. Let's jump in. Scientists at the University of Richmond have trained rats to drive tiny cars. Researchers are now working hard on their next project, a loop-de-loop. A staircase at the Bronx is now called the Joker Stairs after they were featured in a recent DC film. Tourists from around the globe are coming to see them in person. The stairs are also known as the second best thing to do in the Bronx. Democratic presidential candidate Tim Ryan announced that he has dropped out of the 2020 race. This was unsurprisingly the most well-received move in his entire campaign. Kanye finally released his new album, Jesus is King, last Friday. But because there was no one else to one-up him, he also re-released one of his older songs, I Am a God. Halloween is tomorrow, marking the end of the spooky season. The holiday has become less about spirits and candy and more about showing solidarity for students that dress weird every other day of the week. President Trump's appearance at a Washington Nationals game prompted thousands of boos from the stadium. He elected not to dance when the feature cam put him on the dance cam due to the bone spurs. iOS 13.2 gives us 398 news emojis, including the long-awaited brown square. Social media influencer Bad Baby and Whoa Vicky had a fight in a recording studio, and yes, the audio of the fight is better than whatever they were recording. The NCAA announced they will be allowing student athletes to profit off their own likeliness. In the wake of this news, Zach Thomas, Appalachian Mountain Brewery, and Appalachian Cookie Co. are proud to announce their brand new Zach to Mountaineer Brew cookie that is shaped like Zach Thomas's face and tastes like Joseph Golden Ale. We have a very special interview coming right after the break, so don't go far.
Tune in to Up Late App State Wednesday night at 8 on WatchAppTV.com or YouTube.com/AppTV. Enjoy.
For our Halloween spooktacular, we thought we would bring out a longtime friend of the show. Please welcome Boone's biggest medium, Grimble Vickens. I'm so sorry, Grimble.
Oh, thanks for having me on, Annie. It's all right.
Of course. Now, Grimble, this isn't your first time on the set here at the Beasley Media Complex.
That's right. I'm all too familiar with the ghosts that roam these halls. It's been my pleasure spooking ghouls and juking fools around these parts for the last several years.
And we appreciate all the work that you've done. Would you mind telling me a little bit about the process?
Yeah, sure. Well, the thing with spirits is that once you've gotten a strong word with them, asking them to leave and whatnot, all you really got to do is assist them in their unfinished business.
And that's all?
That's right. Once had a ghost of a student who got hit by a car while their video was uploading. They just led me to a lab, gave me their banner ID and password. Next thing you know, I was uploading their project to AsUlearn, and they were off to the other side.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was all right. He only got a 36 on account for being late.
Can you tell us about any of the other spirits that you've helped?
Sure. Well, once I was called up to Stanford, where a fella died waiting on his turn to use the bathroom. Brain aneurysm, nothing you could have helped. This fellow was stuck waiting outside the door, knocking over books and yanking on headphone cables until I came in and helped him out.
And what did you do?
Well, all that needed to be done was to get him on his way. To get him on his way was to get him to a stall where he could do his business in peace. So I go in and set up some candles and hold the door for him to open for him. Unfortunately, I was ushering in the ghost. Another student came in, took the stall, so we had to use the handicap stall.
That just seems wrong.
Yeah, and I understand that. Folks are dead, not disabled. Regardless, it was our only option. Now, thankfully, on account to his spectre's invisibility, he wasn't too poo shy, so I was able to step into the stall with him and keep an eye out. But then, as he's doing his ghost business, what do I hear but that bathroom door opening and a pair of crutches slapping against the tile floor.
Oh no.
Oh no is right. I whispered to the dead fellow to hurry it up, but all that knocking on the stall door had him real flustered. The dead can be flightly like that sometimes. So this ghost zips off mid-dump and starts shaking the walls and throwing TP all over the floor. So now I have to calm him down.
And how do you do that?
Oh, I'll tell you how. You gotta sing to him.
You sing to a ghost in a public bathroom?
It is a dirty job, but someone's gotta do it. Now this was back in 2011 when that somebody I used to know was all over the radio, and I'll admit, it's an earworm. So there I am, walls shaking, poo parchment flying around like a snow globe. And now this fella's on crutches and getting more impatient, so I've got to get going. I'm not much of a singer, but I start belting. Now and then I think of when we were together, and so on. It starts to work, the walls settle down, and he's running out of toilet paper, but then Crutches decides he's entitled to know what's going on. So then he starts shouting, and that really sets the spirit off.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Next thing you know, it's all started back up again. Poor guy in the next stall over has his toilet tissue taken, shooting into my stall like party streamers. Then the ghost takes to taking his dead man dungs out of the toilet bowl and throwing them around. I'm bobbing and weaving and ducking and diving to keep from getting smeared by those ethereal turds, all while trying to sing the biggest hit of 2011. Now, thankfully, the fella in the stall next to me figured out the game just as I was hitting the chorus, and he joins in harmonizing, but you didn't have to cut me off.
Did that work?
Almost. Unfortunately, that fellow waiting to use the stall wasn't any less confused, and his ornery knocking just kept this spirit rocking. Now I'm in a real press, because despite my passive appreciation for the song, I was running out of lyrics I knew. Not to mention our otherworldly associate had just made the toilet start spitting like a geyser. Just as I had finished my knowledge of the Godier, right up when it switches from the naked fella to the naked lady, and I hear from the outside, "But I don't want to live that way." Reading every word you say. You said that you could let it go, and I wouldn't catch you caught up on somebody that you used to know.
Someone else joined in?
Not just anybody. Old Crutches had a change of heart and figured he could tackle the high harmonies. Before you know it, Poltergeist plants his creepy keister and finishes his work, and he crossed over to the other side before he can even flush.
And that worked.
Sure enough, that was that. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a haunting in Reich building, and the education majors can't microwave their weird, smelly leftovers till I get to ghost busting.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
On your daily commute, you could be riding on a bus, or standing on a subway platform, or trying to pass on a two-lane road. But what do all these things have in common? The answer: yellow lines.
When I first saw the yellow line, I was like, what? That's jarring.
The world is full of yellow lines, and the government doesn't want you to cross them.
I was like 7, and like I saw the line next to the rail at the train station, and you know, my mom was all like, don't cross that line. But then I was like, why? I think we need to ask questions as a society. We need to ask, why?
What would happen if you stepped across the yellow line? Why are we always told not to? Maybe they are just trying to protect us from something, or maybe they have something to hide.
I never gave it much thought, but now it's creeping me out. Like, now I see it on the apple cart, and there's double yellow lines on the road. Like, what's that supposed to mean?
The government and apple cart clearly don't want us to know the truth, whatever may lie in the great beyond. The debate is on, but the answers are few, and everywhere you see there is yellow, so much yellow. Once you notice it, you can never stop. On your average day, you will see the yellow line in over 3,000 places. They are all separate, yet all connected, and we still do not know why.
My theory is that the line separates us from another plane of existence, where you can go to any point in space or time. Or if you're not careful, you could do something bad, like alter the past and mess everything up.
To me, the last guy's theory was absolute trash. I can't stand time travel rules. Look, if you were to change something in the past, then it would have already happened and you wouldn't even notice a difference.
The laws of the yellow line wouldn't be that simple. You could knowingly go against the course of history, and then what would happen? Crossing the line would be like crossing to another dimension, and you never cross streams.
Another dimension, really? Up and down, left and right, forward and backward, in space and time, the elevator dimension. Those are dimensions, okay? Sure, if you want to invent parallel timelines for no reason, then I guess you could imagine a fifth dimension running perpendicular to them, but then you'd already be in it, so you don't travel to another dimension.
I think it is like another dimension. I mean, my boyfriend crossed a line once and I never saw him again. He's obviously completely disconnected from our world, or he would have called me.
No, you're not getting it.
I had a dream one night that my son came up and woke me up and said he had a nightmare about the yellow line in his room. So I went to go check it out, see if the yellow line was in there. Then I realized I don't even have a son.
No.
Listen, everything supernatural is connected by apple cart. Or beliefs, or fears, or secrets. In the economy.
The yellow line rides between what's right and wrong, between fruits and vegetables, between what's wholesome and what is racist.
When you step off an apple cart, you might notice some things are different, okay? Don't be alarmed. Nothing you see is real.
Think, what color is the default emoji, man? It's not anyone's skin tone. That would be racist. Guess what? It's yellow. A mustardy yellow, just like the yellow line.
We may never know what really happens when you cross the yellow line, not if nobody has the courage to actually do it.
I'm gonna step over that line someday. I'll do it. I know I might never come back, but I have to try. I mean, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side.
Until then, the line remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. Perhaps there is everything to be found, or perhaps there is nothing.
As usual, thank you for tuning in to our extra spooky episode. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and the hollow shells of former Halloween stores. I'm Annie Jones, and thanks for staying up late App State. And one very special thank you to our lifelong fans, Susan and Mark Baumgardner.